This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Shalom Aleichem. We're here at the Kruger National Park at Leopard Resort. Thank you, Rabbi Kiva, for these really amazing arrangements. And we had the opportunity today to see many Neflei Saboire. We saw at least some of the big five, at least two out of the big five. We saw a giraffe, we saw an elephant. We saw a couple of the small five. I think we saw the leopard turtle, the leopard tortoise, and we saw some of the ugly five also. We saw the hyena. So we're checking off a lot of the important things to see in life. And Be'ezus Hashem, we're going to give everybody a copy of the Perek Shira, but here it's very dark, so we'll give it to you soon. And just to speak a little bit about what exactly is Perek Shira, you look through this brisa, which about 25 years ago was almost unheard of. Nobody ever heard of Perek Shira. It became very, very popular. And you look through and you see that the Shamayim sings to Hashem. I personally like Perek Shira because the opening statement is a commercial for my Svarim, HaShamayim Mesaprim Kvoid Kel U'Masayadav Maggid Harakiah. But in the beginning of Perek Shira, there's a brisa that says that anybody who is oisek in Perek Shira is vouchsafed to share in the world to come, and he'll be successful in learning. And many, many brachas accrue to somebody who involves himself in Perek Shira. And the question really is, does the Shamayim talk? Do elephants talk? We saw elephants today. Did anybody hear them say, Ma gadlu ma'asecha Hashem oidam kumach shveisecha? You heard them say that? There's a frog out in front that croaks. You thought it was croaking. It was really saying, Baruch Shem K'vayim Malchusa L'Olam V'ad, Baruch Shem K'vayim Malchusa. Does it really say that? Do snakes talk and say, Soimech Hashem L'cha Noiflim? Do scorpions say, Toiv Hashem L'akov V'rachamav V'kol Masav? What exactly is the meaning of Perek Shira? You're saying that ducks don't really quack. They really say psukim. You know? What's the meaning of this brisa? What's the meaning of Perek Shira? So there are about 4 very interesting approaches to how to understand Perek Shira, and I would like to share with you tonight an original idea that I don't think is found in any Sfarim, and I think it's very powerful. Number 1, the Ritva in Masechta Avodah Zarah says that the meaning of Perek Shira is like this: the elephants don't talk, the heaven doesn't talk, the frogs don't talk. What it means is, if they would have a mouth and they could talk, this is what they would say. If a frog could talk, it would say, Baruch Shem K'vayim Malchusa L'Olam V'ad. And if an elephant could talk, it would say, Ma Gadlu Ma'asech Hashem. That's the pshat of the Ritva. The Ohr HaChaim HaKadosh, the Mabit, the Beis Elikim, Rav Moshe Mitrani wrote a commentary on Perek Shira, and he says the meaning is very simple. Everything in this world talks. Every creation, according to its bechina, has a form of communication. Even rocks could talk. Even inanimate objects could talk. When you're walking down a dark road and you're like, who said that? Yeah, you should be spooked out. You should be scared. The rock is giving you a piece of its mind. It's talking to you. It thought you were listening, but it's communicating. The chair talks. Your glass talks to you. Your food talks to you. Everything in this world communicates. Says the Ohr HaChaim HaKadosh, you think the snake actually spoke to Chava? The snake hissed. But Chava had the ability to discern in the hiss of the snake what the snake was saying. An animal talks. Frogs croak. Baruch Shem K'vayim Malchusa L'Olam V'ad. Elephants, if anybody would like to try to emulate the sound of an elephant, now's your opportunity. Anyone? When an elephant makes that noise, it's saying, Ma Gadlu Ma'asecha Hashem, Ma'odam Kumach Shveisecha. You might not understand it, you might not hear that articulated, but that is what the elephant is saying. Rav Yaakov Emden in his Siddur also has a commentary to Perek Shira, and Rav Yaakov Emden says, I don't buy that. I never heard an elephant say, Ma Gadlu Ma'asecha Hashem. I never heard the heavens say, Hashamayim Mesam Kvoid Kel. I don't accept that. Rabbi Yaakov Emden rejects the notion that things communicate lefi their bechina. Therefore, Rabbi Yaakov Emden advances 2 approaches to Perek Shira, did you know that Reb Chaim Kanievsky wrote a commentary on Perek Shira, and he says the two approaches of Rabbi Yaakov Emden are the same approach. And they go as follows. Says Rabbi Yaakov Emden, every creation has a force on high, has a malach that represents it. So the grass has an angel of the grass. Even everything has an angel. Every country has an angel. Every object has an angel. Every creation has an angel. And the angel is the spiritual force that sings the Shira. The grass is not talking. The heaven is not talking. The elephant is not talking. It's the heavenly angel of the elephant that is singing the Shira. In fact, Arizal writes in Parshas Vaschanan that when the heavenly malach that represents any creation sings the Shira, that's what gives sustenance to that item of creation. In other words, a bear will not be sustained until the malach that represents the bear sings Shira. And the malach that represents the blade of grass sings Shira. And the malach that represents the cat sings Shira. That's how the cat survives. That's how the bear survives, when its heavenly force is able to sing Shira. But Rabbi Yaakov Emden offers another interpretation, and he says that everything in this world we need to learn from. The Gemara says in Eruvin, had the Torah not been given, we would have learned snios from a cat. We would have learned not to steal from an ant. All the good qualities, all the good values, all the good midos we could learn from nature. So I was thinking today, Meir got a really good, Rabbi Glatstein, we'll give him a shout out from both Meirs. Of the giraffe. The giraffe was eating, acacia. And acacia has thorns about 6 inches long. And if anybody else would try to eat the leaves, they would get their tongue punctured. I mean, it would puncture a tire. And the giraffe, Meir got a picture of the giraffe's tongue. It's like a cheft chaticha rui l'skabed, the tongue, And it gets in there, and the thorns do not affect the giraffe because the tongue is literally like rubber. So I was thinking, that's a very important lesson. You can learn a lot from that. Sometimes there are good things in life that you need to do, and you can't be scared of the thorns. Many people are very hesitant to do certain things or say certain things or go certain places because they think they're going to get pricked. So you got to make yourself like rubber, and you have to do what needs to be done, and, let it slide off sometimes. So that's what you could learn from the tongue of the giraffe. And that's one of the limudim of Perek Shira, to take every creation, extract and identify its defining midah, and how you could use that for Avodas Hashem. But says Reb Chaim Kanievsky, these two approaches are really one and the same. When we study down here in this world and identify the quality of a bria and what we could learn from it, that will elicit the angel on high to sing the Shira that is corresponding to that item of creation, and then that item of creation is sustained. In other words, the way that we uphold the entire universe is by studying the whole universe. That will then, we take a limud from it, it will inspire the angel on high to sing Shira, and that will give that item and entity vitality. But I want to share with you today a new approach to Perek Shira. I didn't see this in any sefer, and I didn't think of it on my own. A friend of mine, Dr. Chaim Moller, called me up, and he said, Rabbi Glatstein, you have this shir that you say over all the time, and according to that shir, it would come out a new insight into Perek Shira. And I'm going to tell you in a nutshell because the hour is late. We say in Pirkei Avos, Yehuda ben Tema Omer, have a az kanomer, be bold like a leopard. Have a gibor kari, be strong like a lion, and so on and so on. Have a kal kanesha, lasos ritzoyin avicha shabashamayim. And if you think about it, this is the most uncompelling argument and motivation. Here, you have a guy, he can't get himself out of bed. We say, well, I can't get out of bed. Have a gibor kari, be strong like a lion. He looks at you like you're from outer space. What do you mean, be strong like a lion? I'm not a lion, I'm a human being. How is that a message that will resonate with anybody? Be strong like a lion. I'm not a lion. Be like an eagle. I'm not an eagle. The first halacha in the Torah. Yiskaber ka'ari ba'boiker, lasas u'san avicha shabashamayim. Strengthen yourself like a lion. That's ridiculous. What do you mean strength? That's like telling a kid, why are you walking so slow? Run like a Concorde jet to do the will of Hashem. It's ridiculous. I'm not a Concorde jet. I'm a human being. I'm lazy. And we find many such statements in Chazal where Moshe Rabbeinu says, Ha'idoisi b'chem ha'shamayim v'ha'aretz, where Moshe Rabbeinu tells Klal Yisrael, you know, you have to be consistent. The sun rises every day. The sun sets every day. So every day you have to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yeah, like good for the sun that the sun rises and sets every day. The sun is programmed to rise and set every day. I'm not programmed that way. I have free choice. How is that a compelling message that I should be consistent like the sun and the moon? So the Zohar HaKadosh teaches that when Hashem created man, it says Nasa Adam, which means, says the Zohar, what do you mean Nasa Adam? God is the only creator. There's no contributing associate creators in making man. Says the Zohar HaKadosh, man is the final entity of creation. Hashem turned to the sun, to the moon, to the stars, to, what is that, Rav Nosson? Jupiter?
Jupiter.
To Jupiter. I don't see it right now.
It's behind a cloud.
What? They're clouds. To the moon, to the elephant, to the lion, to the leopard, to the giraffe. And Rabbi Glatstein said, Chevra, I want everyone to contribute your defining midah. Put it, like Rabbi Glatstein said earlier, in the pot, and we'll mix it together, we'll stir it together. V'nasa Adam. Adam is Olam Katan. Man is a microcosm of the entire universe. You have in you the strength of a lion. You have in you the lightness of an eagle. You have in you the boldness of a leopard. You have in you the consistency of the sun and the moon. And our job in life is to take and identify the personality of everything in creation and how we could access it and use it for the creation, for the service of Hashem. So my friend suggested, when we have and we study Perek Shira, what does the elephant say? What does the lion say? What do the heavens say? The heavens don't say anything. The question is, what does the heaven in you say? What does the elephant in you say? What does the lion in you say? Perek Shira is the handbook, according to the Zohar HaKadosh. You consist of all aspects of creation, and therefore you need to identify every aspect of creation and sing Shira with every part of the universe that lays within you. You have an elephant in you. The elephant in you needs to sing to Hashem, Ma Gadlu Masecha Hashem. The dog in you needs to sing, Bayu Nishtachave V'Nechra Nivracha L'fnei Hashem Lekeinu. The heaven in you needs to sing, Hashamayim Misaprim Kavoid Kel. That perhaps would be a new way to understand Perek Shira. So Perek Shira is not a handbook of what's out there. Perek Shira is a handbook of what's inside of you and how you could identify every noble quality in creation and use that quality to sing Shira to Hashem. So we got off to a beautiful start today, and we wish everybody a beautiful night. When Hashem created the world, He created in you the ability to be alert and to observe the world and the ability to sleep. And I think now it's time to access that chelek of the Bria and refresh Be'ezus Hashem for another day tomorrow. Thank you very much.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.